I'm Shafali.
And I'm Mary.
The day's top news headlines are: recent report by the Education Department shows 50% of government schools lack basic infrastructure facilities. Special educators earn less than mainstream school teachers. Bangalore Book Publishers Association Secretary B.S. Raghuraman says the profit reaches 6 crore in its sixth day of Bangalore Book Fair this year.
Recent report by Education Department shows that almost 50% of government schools lack basic infrastructure facilities. Even basic amenities like electricity, drinking water, toilets are not available. Karthik Sharma brings you more on this story.
Out of 50,000 government schools in Karnataka, almost 50% schools lack basic infrastructure facilities. A recent report by the State Education Department says around 25,000 schools lack even basic amenities like playground, toilet, libraries, drinking water, electricity, etc. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan Joint Commissioner says the condition is a result of administrative problems.
All these gaps are now on the way to be completed. And definitely it's going to be bridged totally. Maybe another one year, all these infrastructure-wise, facility-wise, will be 100% achieving things.
School administration finds the need of more efforts from government side.
The government to give some more attention towards these problems. There is a lack of infrastructure, electricity. Even the other infrastructure facilities are also needed.
Parents are worried about their children not getting basic facilities in school.
Although government has accepted its limitations, but we are yet to see the steps it's going to take to overcome these limitations. This is Karthik Sharma reporting for IIJNM.
In 2001, Karnataka government started a state-level action plan to end child labour in the state by 2007. But now, the government defers the target period to 2012 as the number of child labour has increased.
Special educators earn less than mainstream school teachers. This has led to a shortage of trained staff to provide vocational training to differently abled children. Akhila Premchandran brings you this report.
India has only one teacher per 10,000 mentally retarded children.
There is a huge shortage.
Usually, mothers of differently abled children opt for this training.
For my son's sake, I am just going for this course.
One of the main reasons for the shortage is the salary and lack of employee benefits like pension and provident fund. The government pays 2,800 rupees per month, whereas teachers of private institutions earn around 800 rupees as starting salary.
9 years service. Now I am getting 7,000 salary.
There are not many who would come forward to do it.
Very difficult. That's why we are doing the awareness program, encourage the youth also.
The instructors say that it is much more challenging to teach the differently abled than other kids.
Attractive job prospects could attract more youth to such professions. Akhila Premchandran for IIJNM News.
Records show nearly 4 times as many girl children go missing every year as compared to the missing male children. Police says they are victims of sex trade, domestic slavery as well as child labour. There is approximately a 60% increase in child trafficking cases in the state as compared to the last year. This alarming increase is due to the recent floods which have occurred in northern Karnataka. Children from the bordering villages of Andhra Pradesh as well as North Karnataka are being trafficked to work in the city.
If you want to know what's happening in Bangalore, grab a copy of the Weekly Observer, a publication of the Indian Institute of Journalism and New Media, a premier journalism school in India.
Welcome back. A botched-up land survey conducted by the Lake Development Authority at Hoysala Nagar disrupts the lives of Nagaraj and G. Rajanna. Our reporter Racing George brings you more.
Bangalore city has a number of minor irrigation tanks, some of which are live and some others dry. G. Rajanna and Putana acquired 14 acres of land at Horoma village on 28th October 1974.
There is no lake, madam. I will show the documents.
This piece of land has been used for making brick. For years, the water gets accumulated in that land. Nagaraj and his lawyers insist that is not a pond.
The Lake Development Authority has received notice again to this owner saying that this is a tank-bed property. Again, the owners approached to the High Court.
23 acres anti-potter. There is no lake. Raj Kalva means drain. Asanadanta Jamin means plain land.
Nagaraj is fighting for his encroached land and hopes that his demand are met soon. This is Racing George reporting for IIJN.
Here comes good news for the Indian exporters, as the government export industry has started recovering from recession. But the Indian exporters claim they need better stops and incentives from the government. Exporters say stiff competition comes from countries like Bangladesh, China and Sri Lanka, and it has affected business by 20%. Exporters are hoping to recover from recession by 2010. The BBMP Commissioner Bharat Lal Meena says that the North-South-East Corridor project is still in the planning stage. Sering Dolma brings you the report.
It may not be the best news for Bangaloreans, as the BBMP Commissioner has contradicted his earlier statements on the North-South-East Elevated Corridor. This project is expected to relieve traffic congestion across the city. The Commissioner says that the project is still in the planning stage.
North-South, East-West corridor is a concept. It's planned to decongest the city.
Earlier, there was a proposal to construct the North-South-East-West corridor in the month of November. The Chief Commissioner of the BBMP, however, clarifies that the project report is yet to be prepared.
We have considered so many projects for the road infrastructure.
Traffic problem across the city demands this project to be soon implemented.
Can't reach my college on time.
If it is materialized, it will help a lot.
The BBMP Commissioner clarifies that the project is just a thought process. This is Sering Dolma for IIJN News.
Advertising agencies across Bangalore say the business is booming. It shows an indication of recovery of the global economy after the recession hit period this year. Client Servicing and Strategic Planning Officer of Thousand Sons Ad Agency, Ajit, says there is a notable growth in the revenue of ad agencies this year. Ad agencies are trying hard to make up for their losses, for which they are soon going to start innovative creative campaigns.
If you want to know what's happening in Bangalore, grab a copy of the Weekly Observer, a publication of the Indian Institute of Journalism and New Media, a premier journalism school in India.
A report says that the water treatment plant of BWSSB near Madiwala Lake has not been working for the last 5 months. The domestic sewage of the nearby areas of the lake opens into it without complete treatment, then polluting the lake substantially.
Now let's see what's the weather forecast for the day. Maximum temperature recorded is around 28.1 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature can go down to 18.8 degrees Celsius. The cloud is expected to be consistent over the next few days with occasional downpours.
That's all we have for you today. Keep watching BBN News.
Have a good day.